Welcome you all on this YouTube channel. This is a question based on DC machines. It has already been asked in your examination in Civils 2003 examinations. So the question statement is like, let me read the question statement. A DC machine has total armature ampere conductors of 4500 and total flux in the machine is 0.14 Weber. So calculate the torque developed in the machine. Right? So what is the question? Once again, the question is, a DC machine has total armature ampere conductors of 4500. So total armature ampere conductors are given 4500 and the total flux in the machine is 0.14 Weber. That is the total flux. Now you have to calculate the torque developed in the machine. So how to approach this question? Let us see. So we have derived the expression of the torque for the DC machine, that is torque T is equal to electromagnetic torque T is equal to K A phi into IA, right, where Ka is a constant for a particular machine and it is given by Ka is equal to Pz P into Z by 2 pi into A. P is the total number of poles, Z is the ampere, Z is the armature conductors, capital A is the total number of parallel path, pi is a mathematical number equal to 3.14, right, phi is a flux per pole and IA is the armature current. So here this is phi into IA. So let me call equation number 1. So now the total flux in the machine is given as 0.14 Weber. So if it is a P pole machine and phi is a flux per pole, if it is a P pole machine and phi is a flux per pole, then the total flux will be flux per pole phi into number of poles. Phi is a flux per pole, P is the total number of poles. So when phi is a flux passing through one pole, then if you multiply it with total number of pole, it will become total available flux in the machine. So P phi is the total flux in the machine and it is given as 0.14 Weber. And one more data is given, the total armature ampere conductor, it is given as 4500. So total armature ampere conductor means this is basically Z into IA by capital A, right. IA is the armature current, right, A is the total number of parallel path in the machine armature and Z is the armature conductors. So total ampere armature conductors or total armature ampere conductor will become Z times of IA by A. So here you have to take IA by A, right, not simply IA, right. So ZIA by A is basically total armature ampere conductor and this is given as 4500, right. Now you put these two data into equation number 1 and you can calculate the torque developed. So I can write this equation number 1 in this manner. 1 by 2 pi into p phi, right, into z into ia by a. So pz by 2 pi into phi ia, I can write this 1 by 2 pi into p phi into z ia by a. You can rearrange the term and write this equation number 1 in this fashion. So p phi is given as 0.14 Weber and ZIA by A is given as 4500. So when you solve this, you will get 100.31 Newton meter. So that is basically the torque developed in the machine, and that is the answer. Right? So that's how you can solve this question. So thank you very much for all such kind of questions. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.